welcome back to Beemer Fam. You guys join us in Gainesville, Florida. Quite swampy, but beautiful piece of land out here. Not really any potholes like I'm used to in Michigan, Detroit area. So if you guys haven't seen the last video, I really encourage you. That's where I actually went and bought and picked up the car. But as far as modifications go, there are none to this car. I think the only thing the previous owner did to the car was add a gloss black side fin on the front fenders. Other than that, the car is completely stock as far as performance and cosmetics. So there's a lot of room for me to play with here. You can definitely expect this car to be modified within the next few weeks, months, and just from here on out. But for now, we're going to enjoy it stock and really experience the car as BMW intended it to be. A little walk around of the car. We have a chrome grille, adaptive LED headlights, which is an option. They also have brand new rotors, which is awesome, with the blue M brake calipers, which is a nice touch to the white paint. Speaking of paint, this is a mineral white metallic. This is not Alpine white, so it is a little bit of an off-white look. But it has that nice metallic sparkle, if you will, to the paint. So we also have the carbon fiber roof, which is a nice option you can spec from factory, which gives the car less weight. As far as the back is concerned, complete stock exhaust. Definitely going to get changed out. That's probably the first thing I'm going to do in terms of performance, is make this thing sound proper. So out the box, the car is really tame, it's really quiet, even when you put in sport mode and the valves open. But nevertheless, it is a very quiet car, especially with the twin turbos. So as far as interior goes, we have full black extended leather interior. You even have leather on the dashboard. But what's also really cool is we have the gloss carbon fiber interior trim package, which just gives it a more sporty, more almost exotic feel in the interior. As far as transmission goes, we have the DCT automatic transmission, but you can also flip it into manual mode with the paddles. This is something I did not get the manual. You guys know me with the E39. I'm, a manual, real enthusiast kind of driver. The reason why I went with the DCT, I felt that it matches the engine, it's just overall car much better than the 6-speed manual, just because in the manual, when you drive it, which I've driven the M3 competition in a manual, when you drive it, you lose so much boost from the turbos in between gears. It is significantly slower that I found, unless you're really getting on it and short shifting and everything like that. You almost can't even do that in a manual, at least as well as the DCT does. As soon as you click that paddle, it's into the next gear and you never lose power. And if you do, it's a very small, unnoticeable amount. So that's kind of, like I said, the theme with this car. I want speed. I want it to be an absolute animal. I really want to see how fast and really see if I can make this thing as fast as a supercar. So definitely has the potential, and we'll see if we can get it there. But that's basically the spec of the car. I really like how the M badges are on the seats. They light up at night and everything like that. It's just a very good looking interior. Also a little similar and reminiscent to the E46 M3 and the E39 M5 with the gray speedometer and tachometer gauges. Really nice touch. But with that being said, let's go for a ride. So if you guys did not know, this car actually does have a parking brake. So if you put it in neutral and you pull up the handbrake, it also has the manual handbrake as well. In order to put it in park, you actually have to shut the engine off, and then when you turn it completely off, parking brake engages and puts it into P. This is actually kind of a new thing because like the V10 generation and the E92, as far as I know, it didn't have a built-in parking brake. More security, leaving the car on a hill or something like that, you have that parking brake built in. That's kind of the theme also with this car is BMW, you can kind of tell BMW intended it to be a more daily usable car than the previous generation. So with that being said, I could start it off in comfort mode, but that's not what we're here to do. So if you look at the steering wheel, we have an M1 and M2 button. This basically allows you to customize all of your sportiness settings, if you will. So we have a button for throttle response, we have a button for your suspension, and we have a button for steering. So what you can do with these, you have 3 different modes. You have comfort, sport, and sport plus. And you can basically individualize and put all 3 of them in different settings, and you can put that into one button. So for M1, I have everything on Sport Plus, and then I have most of the traction off. I have it in the M Dynamic traction to where it cuts some of the power if you lose too much traction, but you can still get it cracked. We're going to put it in M1, and you can see right there it says M, and there's confirm. I'm going to confirm that, and I'm also going to hold the traction control off button. Is going to turn the traction control completely off. So the exhaust valves are actually going to open up a little bit. That sounds classic BMW. This car is blistering quick. 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds out the box. Quarter mile happens in around 12 seconds flat, high 11. So, you know, you think about a stock car moving like that. Just think about when you start tuning it, adding the exhaust, and really starting to make it proper. This thing scoots like a bat out of hell, man. I'm so used to the E39 M5, you know, which I guess to today's standard is a slow car on paper, but I wouldn't say slow. It's a quick car. It's not a fast car. But when you start talking an M4 with the DCT transmission, even stock, this car moves. So, you know, there's just so much room to play with the turbos and just, you know, being able to add more power. I know a lot of you guys are going to talk about the crank hub and make sure I get that fixed. That is first thing I'm going to do before I get the car tuned. It's a serious car, guys. Like, this is the best handling BMW also that I've ever experienced. So we'll see if we can find a little bit of corner action, and just so I can show you guys what this thing can do. And not to mention the brakes on this car, extremely appropriate for the power and the speed that you're going. If anything, you have more brakes. That gives you more of that safety feeling, like, oh wow, I can be flying and I can just slam on the brakes knowing it's going to stop in just a second or two. So that's very assuring, you know, as people who do drive fast, and, you know, obviously drive, you know, fast safely. Because what's more important than going fast in a straight line is being able to stop in a straight line faster than, you know, when you got there. Because, you know, that's the downside of the E39 M5, is that many people say that they come with underpowered brakes from the factory. You really got to upgrade the brakes. One of the first things people do when they get the car. But with this, you don't have to worry about that. So as far as tires on this car, we have all wrapped around all four wheels Michelin Pilot Super Sports, which are basically top of the line tires, performance tires, summer tires that you can really get from Michelin and any tire manufacturer in general. I mean, people say that they're the best tires you can get for a performance car. So this car really does have a split personality, which is something I really love about it. You know, just like how you guys saw me, you can really get it cracking, get it active and stuff like that, get the speeds up, get the tires smoking just a little bit. And but then, you know, just as fast as you want to do that, you can also put it into full comfort and drive it across the country, or, you know, really take a road trip with the car. Also, another nice touch, you can also change the shift speed of the transmission. So there's 3 different settings. After putting it in comfort, have it in the lowest setting right now. When it's in full shebang, full sport mode, that's where you get those really lightning quick shifts. And, you know, if you want the slower, more around town kind of, you know, lackadaisical shifts, you know, in terms of how the clutch is engaging, you can put it on the lowest setting and just go for a cruise. So really loving this car, guys. I really can't wait to get into it and start, you know, doing the tuning, start doing the exhaust, start doing the exterior cosmetic modifications, all the carbon fiber. We'll go into exactly what I want to do with this car in a separate video. But I mean, for today, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see of the BMW M4. I really want to capture what it's like to own this car, and just, you know, if there's any of you guys looking to buy one of these, or, you know, it's your dream car, I can really show you any and everything about the car. So please do comment, let me know, message me on Instagram at Beemer Fam. And on that note,